Dwyane Wade leaves the Miami Heat, joins the Chicago Bulls for 2 years, $47 million. The Heat were off by $7 million. Unbelievable. And I can tell you right now that 95% of Heat fans, 95% in South Florida, from Miami to Fort Lauderdale to West Palm Beach, 95% of Heat fans do not approve of Pat Riley and the Miami Heat letting Dwyane Wade walk. This is the harsh reality. This is the realization that the NBA really is a business. And it's just a shame. This is a shame to the game. Wade has sacrificed so much money. He could have won that one title in 06 and just cashed out. Stayed on the Heat, cashed out? No, he gave up money to put together this team. LeBron James, Chris Bosh. He took the least amount of money to make this possible, to make that big three possible. We win an additional 2 championships, and now there's no loyalty from the franchise. They don't want to pay you because right now you're not in your prime anymore. This is a sad day. Normally you see players leave a franchise because they want to leave, not because the team doesn't want to pay them. You don't hear that. Not the star players. Those are the struggles of small market teams, not Miami, not South Beach. And a player like Wade, he doesn't come around often. Every franchise would love to be able to draft somebody like that, develop somebody like that, win championships with somebody like that. And then you just let them leave because you don't want to pay him $7 million more. Come on, cuh. Wade has never been the highest paid player on the Miami Heat. Dade County was literally Wade County. He's the all-time leading scorer for the Miami Heat. He brought 3 championships in the last decade. Why not give him that 3-year, 4-year contract? You know he's going to retire after that. And your team is still going to be good. You got Whiteside. Chris Bosh might come back. If Chris Bosh doesn't come back, they can lower their salary cap a little bit. They can spread it out over years. The insurance clause kicks in. Then you can pick up some other players. Yeah, you probably won't be able to win a championship with Wade still being there, but you'll still be in the playoffs. You'll still be competing. You'll still be making money. What's the big deal? And by getting rid of Wade, it's not like you're going to win a championship without Wade in the next 4 years. So what's the big deal? Sign him to the max contract. Let him retire. Make the money that he deserves to make. Treat him like Kobe. You're going to retire his number, the Heat Lifer. What happened to the Heat Lifer slogan? Now you got to get rid of the Heat Lifer slogan. It doesn't make any sense. You gave a max contract to Dragic, to Chris Bosh, to Hassan Whiteside. But you don't want to give a max contract to Mr. 305? To Mr. Wade County? What? Is this a fake video? Is this a fake day? Even when LeBron James was on the Heat, Wade would still get the loudest cheers in the arena. When they would announce LeBron, the crowd would get hyped. But when they would announce Wade, it would go crazy. And the same thing in the game. If you've ever been to a Heat game with LeBron there, if LeBron does something, they cheer. But if Wade does something, the crowd goes crazy. And everybody knows that LeBron is a better player than Wade, but it's the respect. It's Wade. Wade is the Miami Heat. Even Whiteside had to put out a tweet. He was confused. He couldn't believe it. That is a mean L. The Heat thought they had a chance at getting Kevin Durant. They didn't get Kevin Durant, and they lost Wade too. Holy moly. Who would have thought that? At the start of this free agency, everybody thought it was going to be a boring year. They thought that Kevin Durant was going to stay. They thought nothing was going to happen, really. And it turned out to be one of the most exciting, craziest free agencies ever. Now, the other 5% of Heat fans that are okay with this, even they didn't want Wade to leave. It's just that they didn't want to overpay for Dwyane Wade. At this point in his career, it makes sense. It's just sad. But if you look over the last few years in Dwyane Wade's career, he never plays all 82 games. He always misses games. Last season, he played 74 regular season games. The season before it was 62, then 54, then 69, 49. You can see he's been injured. He gets injured. That's because early in his career, he was so crazy, chaotic. He was the Flash. He was taking all kinds of shots, getting fouled. Euro steps, hop steps, stopping on a dime, floater, hop steps with the hand going over the guy's head, all kind of crazy stuff. And now he's paying for that. That's why he's not able to stay healthy. Everybody always says if Wade stays healthy, this is a mean team, but he's usually not healthy. So it makes sense, Pat Riley, the Heat, why they don't want to pay him big money at this point, because they would rather just start the process now instead of waiting until he retires. But a player like this, so special, a player that's going to be high up in the rankings, in the top 50 ever, a top 5 shooting guard of all time, it makes sense as an organization to keep him on your organization until he retires. We'll see what happens going into the future, what Pat Riley's going to do or try to do. He needs to go after Westbrook. He needs to make a push, try to get Westbrook. You got to bounce back. If you're going to get rid of Wade like that, then you've got to bounce back quickly. You've got to come back with the fire as quickly as possible. But the problem is convincing players now to come to the Heat when they see the way you treat the greatest Heat player of all time, the guy responsible for your championships, a guy you drafted and helped develop. I just don't see how that's going to encourage people to sign there after seeing this. The Lakers faced the same dilemma. They took care of Kobe, but a lot of people said the reason why they were so bad the last few years is because Kobe was taking up all the cap space with his salary. But enough about the Miami Heat. Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls now. Obviously, picking up Dwyane Wade, that is a great look. But they're going to have to get rid of Rondo, because that backcourt with Rondo and Wade, that is the worst backcourt ever. Terrible spacing. It's not going to work. Those styles do not match. And in fact, Rondo wasn't even a good match for the Bulls before Wade showed up. And I made a video about this. The link is in the description. It's also on the screen, the previous annotation. And even at the end of the video, you'll see a preview. But Rondo doesn't even fit in for the Bulls without Wade. And now that you have Wade there, because Wade is not a three-point shooter. He can shoot threes. He can make threes. But for instance, last season, Wade only took 44 total threes. He's not a three-point shooter. He's 6'4", 210 to 220 pounds. When you got a body like that, you want to get into the lane. You want to get fouled. You want to bully people around. You don't want to be sitting out there on the perimeter taking jump shots. That's not Wade's game. But Wade could change his game. You know, maybe in this new chapter, maybe he's going to work on his three and start shooting more threes. I guess that's always a possibility. And you never know. Maybe Rondo comes back with a jump shot this season. That's also a possibility. But I just don't think that's going to happen. If I'm the Chicago Bulls, I'm looking for a team to finesse right now. You just picked up Dwyane Wade. I'm looking to finesse somebody. Trade Rondo to somebody else. You might need to hit up the Pelicans because they were trying to pick him up in free agency. So hit up the Pelicans and finesse them. Send them Rondo. You don't want Rondo on the Bulls, I'm telling you. If you don't believe me, just watch what happens next season. They're going to be so easy to defend. It's going to be Sag City. Sag off City. Sag off Wade. Sag off Rondo. If you sag off, your swag's off. Not if you're sagging off Rondo, though. Ho, ho, ho. Pick and roll Rondo. Sag off that man. That's some murder. I've seen some Bulls fans tweeting, and they're hyped. They think they got a big three. They think Rondo, Wade, and Butler, they think that's a big three. That is a big flop. That is a disaster waiting to happen. And in order to sign Wade, they had to trade Jose Calderon. They had to trade Mike Dunleavy. Dunleavy actually went to the Cavs. That's a good pickup for the Cavs. Calderon went to the Lakers, so they just traded 2 shooters. So they lost shooting. It's not looking good, Bulls fans. You need to finesse somebody with Rondo. And the Jose Calderon trade was hilarious. He was supposed to go to the New Jersey Nets. And then the Lakers just swooped in out of nowhere and said, no, he's coming to LA, baby. The Lakers making moves. That is hilarious. Next season is going to be really fun to watch. We have so much drama going on, so many different storylines. The pressure's on the Warriors. They don't have the center that they need yet. Oh yeah, they did pick up David West. David West is a ring chaser, baby. And it's funny because all these players, they changed their mind. I remember when Kevin Durant, he tweeted something like, what's up with all these players wanting to go to the Heat and the Lakers? Whatever happened to competition? And even David West, he said he's never going to be one of those players that will chase rings. That's what they said a few years ago. They tweeted these things, and now you see how they changed their mind. You grow as a person as you get older. Your perspective changes. Let me know what you think of all this. How does a point guard shoot 58% from the line? There's no excuse. That's unacceptable. And a free throw isn't like a jump shot. There's nobody coming at you contesting your shot. You don't have to rush your shot. There's no reason for you to shoot that poorly. You gotta practice. All you gotta do is go in